Hello, welcome back. Part 4 of this little chakra series. If you haven't watched the other ones, go in order. If I've learned anything about chakras, it's that we go in order. As I've said in the last couple, you really need to have a strong foundation on your lowers in order to be able to build your way up to having stronger upper chakras. As other chakras start to harmonize, it helps assist the higher ones to harmonize too. I had to spend 2 weeks actually working on my heart chakra, which was a really powerful and interesting experience. I'm just pulling up what I have to share right here. I made vision boards to help me kind of remember and embody the essence that I'm trying to cultivate and practice and reprogram, quite honestly. I created these vision boards to use as wallpapers for myself because I work off of my phone. So every time I go to use my phone, I'm reminded and reading these different affirmations that I can then carry through my day and reflect on what comes up as I move through them. And when I was working through my heart chakra, the ones that really stuck out to me were being filled with gratitude and forgiving and accepting freely. There's been a lot of stuff that's gone on for me recently, and by reminding myself to be filled with gratitude, I was physically able to feel my heart space expand, but I was also able to realize how much I have to be grateful for constantly in every single moment. I think a lot of our culture is in this hamster wheel chase of more. I have to have more to feel better, or I need this thing in order to feel that thing. It kind of works the opposite, where you feel something and then you attract that feeling back to you. Where attention goes, energy flows. If we focus on the things we're grateful for, we will not only find more things to be grateful for, but we will attract more things to be grateful for. As I've been navigating certain circumstances that leave me frustrated, confused, depleted, grumpy, anything like that, reminding myself that I am filled with gratitude, not in a spiritual bypassing way, of course. Honor your emotions, honor what comes up. They are all valid and really important sources of information for us to take notes on, find breadcrumbs from, and follow to find knowledge on ourselves and situations a bit more deeper than what is exposed on the surface, especially when we're just kind of operating on autopilot. By filling myself with gratitude, I realized how grounded I was once I felt abundant, once I felt complete, once I felt grateful, honestly, for the things that I already have. Tapping into the forgiving and accepting freely, that one really brought up a couple of wounds in me. I have struggled with boundaries. I've struggled with setting boundaries, but I've also struggled with setting boundaries and having them respected. As frustrating as it can be as a people pleaser, when you get to the point of finally choosing yourself and laying a boundary down to then have it disrespected, broken, violated, anything like that. Not only is that tiring, but it can be really confusing. It was having me second guess, was I wrong for setting this boundary? Was it uncalled for to put myself first? Is that selfish? In reality, there's nothing wrong with self-preservation, which is part of my human design too, is knowing that I need to fill my cup in order to be of service to anybody. By forgiving and accepting the situations that make me feel mistreated or make me feel discouraged or disrespected, I'm able to release those negative emotions a bit more cleanly. Forgiveness and acceptance are not to help heal or cure the person or even the circumstance, but it's to free up our heart. It's to open our hearts back again and allow ourselves to feel more connected to the divine flow of the love and abundance that's always around us. By forgiving, you're releasing that attachment that you had to a specific outcome or situation. And by accepting things as they are, we're releasing the need to control. We're releasing the need to have things go our way. And the more we can connect to just being in the essence that things just inherently are, I think the more fluid and peaceful our lives can be. But the more we take the focus off of controlling other things and pull it inward into understanding ourselves more. A couple other quotes that I had put on were, I am peaceful, nurturing, and empathetic. Reminding myself to be peaceful would help me slow down, would help me ground into myself. The fact that I'm nurturing not just others, but myself, my dreams, my living spaces, my vessel, my mind, my soul. And by being empathetic, by extending that emotion towards other people without taking on their hardship and their baggage, but by being able to hold space and just create understanding, they're all very heart expansive qualities. And since I've been working on my heart chakra, moving through my heart space, I've noticed the ability for me to feel things more deeply, feel positive things more deeply, and be less attached to how things are, but grateful for and honoring things for what they are. Not wishing things were a certain way, or people were a certain way, or actions were coming out certain ways. Finding gratitude and peace and power just in being able to create harmony with things, by shifting my perspective to just allow the divine flow to happen, to know that I can only control myself, and the feelings that I cultivate carry through my day. Where attention goes, energy flows. If I'm focusing on gratitude and peace and love and forgiveness and all of these things, I'm deconstructing the chains in the box that we can sometimes put our heart in to protect it. By allowing ourselves to give and receive that love freely, we can expand much more, find much more compassion for ourselves and others, and just experience this world so much more deeply. By connecting to my heart space, I've been able to listen to it as a guiding compass, just like most people would their brain. By leading with my heart, it's a lot more inclusive and a lot more grounded, and honestly, the signals are a lot more simple. Sometimes my mind tries to make things up to be certain ways and certain things, and there's a lot of ramifications and constraints and structure to things, but your heart will often give you one or two tidbits of wisdom that feel like safety and that feel like peace and that feel very expansive in your chest and just grounded and accepting and nourishing, quite honestly, nourishing to your soul. And that is the space that we should be aligning to be able to express through and hold space for ourselves through, and in turn pour our full cup into other people's when they need it. So those were some of my favorite reflections. If any of you ever try this out, I would love to hear about it, or if you've just experienced anything in doing heart chakra work. It's extremely healing, extremely potent, extremely beneficial when it's like it's our second brain, and quite frankly, I find it to be the more important one, to think and feel through your body, but that's a hot take. But I will see you in the next one. Thanks for being here.